Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Regina Sunshine, coming to you live from the Regina Sunshine Show, where at Regina Sunshine Global Network. We are here every Monday from 12 noon to about 1:15 p.m., bringing you my version of midday motivation and helping you get a Regina Sunshine state of mind. And it's a beautiful day here in Douglasville, Georgia. I have three amazing women already live here in you guys to meet them. We have, and I think I'm pronouncing it right, Miss Lashana Middleton, Pamela Wright, and Erica Diaz here. And it's really interesting. It seems like we're almost doing a Black Female Excellence series without even trying to do a Black Female Excellence series. But for those who watch me for a while, you know I have a couple of ongoing series, and one of them is Black Female Excellence. And this show, without being called one of those shows, just turns out to be one where I've got three beautiful Black excellent women here in the building. But we are running a few minutes late. I do want to mention a couple of announcements just to get started, but I can't do anything without mentioning your sponsors, because that's how you get paid to do what you do. So a big shout out to Bold Favorite Media Group and Leading Through Living Community. You can go to leadingthroughliving.com and see everything that they have to offer there, from publishing to coaching to help with promotions and marketing, a little bit of everything. Still doing this show over someone had posted a lecture sheet at Georgia State. I was like, I wanted to know her, and she came on my show, and I tell people from the moment she supports, and not just by sharing what I do, but she showed up and put her money behind me, and so I'm so thankful to Anita Mitchell Black for everything she does with both, as well as leading events. I did make the post that I think this past week, giving you guys the lineup of events for Regina Sunshine Global Network for 2019. Our first event is February the 9th at the Apex Museum. It's a different type of Black history event. It is called History of Hip Hop with Professor Griff from Public Enemy, accompanied by a good friend of mine, DJ Agony. And it is an interactive workshop where Professor Griff goes through the beginnings of hip hop, and the DJ is playing songs like every 30 seconds to a minute to go along with what he's teaching. It's a pretty dope interactive event, and we are looking for performers who want to open up for Professor Griff that night. If you want to be on that program, reach out to me at reginasunshine.robinson@gmail.com, and we'll be posting more details about that event as we go. Two other events that I'm also excited about. Our second annual Boss Men's Awards will be here on June the 10th at Regina Sunshine Global Network. That's one of the reasons I'm in this space. It does allow me to have events here, to have a live studio audience if I choose to, just about anything we can do out here. But it is our second year honoring some amazing men. Also, our fourth year honoring our young bosses, our boys ages 5 to 17. And this year, we're doing a $500 business pitch competition for our young bosses. So if you have a young man who's, thinking about starting a business or will be a year or less in business by June the 10th, we are looking to have them come and take the stage and be given some pretty great feedback by some amazing men entrepreneurs that I know here in Atlanta. And then on, I think it's August the 24th, we will have the 5th annual Awesome Girl Awards. It will be the first time we are separating the Awesome Girl Awards from our Women's Awards show. It will be an all kids awards show, from a kid MC to a kid DJ to across the board. And so if you have a girl who you think might be great, who's a great DJ, who's a great performer, we're looking beginning of the show to the end, the entire program being run by our girls. And it will also be the debut and book signing of I Am an Awesome Girl collaboration. So I'm so excited. We're inviting all of our past Awesome Girl honorees and other girls to join us in this I Am an Awesome Girl book collaboration. If you are interested, I haven't posted full details yet. We will this week, but if you're interested in this book, and she's always wanted to be a published author, if you think that she would be amazing in terms of you can Rob. Yeah, y'all can get extra Miss Pamela gave us a little extra feedback. Are you excited about Awesome Girl? That's what it is. Your phone's excited. Love it. Go ahead and laugh, Christine. It's okay. You know, this is a laid-back space here. Then, of course, the last award show of the year, Curvy and Confident Awards. Here again at Regina Sunshine Global Network. November, what is it, the 6th November. And again, we're looking forward to honoring our women who are setting the pace for amazing things in the blessing the lives of I think the only other thing I want to mention is our lineup for Regina Sunshine Network today. We have some actually in-person classes. We got speaking one-on-one class at our public info media class. We have right here in Atlanta, Shamika Brooks will be playing Team Bride Tribe, our game show out here at Regina. The question is, and so whole tribe is excited. Have free food here on Monday nights from 7 to 8. She's looking for a great place to come and hang, meet some awesome people, and come cheer on some brides as they try to win some amazing prizes. Come out to Regina from 7 to 8 Monday nights. And then the last for tonight, from 9 to 10, we have The Curve, which is a show like most of you have seen in the mornings, The Real, The View, things of that nature. It's from a curvy woman's perspective. We have 5 maybe women show up 9 to 10 on a Monday night. Talk about the event, affect us as plus size women, even how we see plus. That was shout out to my station old station out here. Quick break, and I'll introduce our first guest, but we can never go to our first break without me telling you what I'm thinking. And today, the ability to have a voice and to speak out against those things, or either to speak up for those things. Many people, and not just women, there's many people in this world who feel like they don't have their voices and that what they have to say doesn't matter. I'm thankful that I've been given the opportunity to use this platform not only to share my voice, but also to give other people the opportunity to share theirs. So that people they're not alone, and that there are people out here who care about you. All right? So I'm thankful to God for everything allow me to learn the Bible Regina Sunshine Show. Where? At Regina Sunshine. Back live on the air, Regina Sunshine here at Regina Sunshine Global Network. I'm excited to introduce you guys to our first amazing Black woman of the day. Welcome to the show, LaShana Middleton. That's it, right? LaShana. I don't know why I keep wanting LaShana. I can make a song out of it, right? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here, and I always like to mention how I met someone. And I'm thinking if someone that was on the show previously that reached out to me and said, this is someone I think you know, I think Pamela Collier. Does that sound familiar? No. Ann Dillard.
Brittany.
I don't know, honey. Well, you came highly recommended. How about that?
Awesome.
All right, all right.
Awesome.
Do this for us. Tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, I am LaShawna Middleton. My background is actually in accounting. I'm from a small town in Georgia, Dublin, Georgia, right in middle Georgia. I am a wife for over 20 something years now, 22 this year, as a matter of fact. I have two sons that I birthed and a sister-in-law that I raised. Are young adults now, so that empty nest syndrome has kind of kicked in for my husband and I. But then they somehow seem to come back for a little while.
Do they rotate through? You know what I'm saying? They rotate in for a while, then they rotate themselves back out.
That's exactly how they do.
Well, the blessing is they know they have a place that they can. Oh yes, because some people don't have that place that they know. You know what? If there's nowhere else in the world I can go, I know I can go over there, and I'm gonna be okay.
All else fails. But I am a real estate broker. I've been in the real estate industry for 19 years now. Been licensed since 2010. Kind of started out as an investor, so I've gone from an investor, lost everything in the crash in 2007, 8, and but I love real estate. I'm still around. So I've gone from an investor to a realtor, or from an investor to an agent to now a broker, and I kind of became a broker just so that I could, not necessarily be in a box.
Yes.
Where I could, do more and, just help more people in my creative ways. Right. So right now what I do is I'm all about educating home buyers. That's pretty much my niche. I have a huge responsibility that I feel like I do, rather, to educate home buyers, because what I found is, even with myself and my husband, when we bought our first home back in 1994, we didn't know, we bought the house, but we didn't necessarily know how we got there. We just ended up at the table somehow.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. So I pride myself in being able to educate those and dispel myths and misconceptions that most first timers, most people, not even first timers, most people have, period. And I do that through my monthly home buying seminars. They're always, a packed house. I enjoy it. I enjoy showing people what's possible, because most times they feel like it's impossible.
I love that. One of the things I noticed in your bio is that you attended Tuskegee.
I did.
I'm an A&T alumni.
Okay.
Aggie Pride. We can't do without saying Aggie Pride. It's almost like it's the next breath. It has to happen.
And nothing like our HBCU.
And that was my question. How do you think attending an HBCU has impacted the work you're doing now, and how you even see your purpose on the earth?
Well, going back to my high school years in middle Georgia, we were still experiencing a lot of segregation. And coming out of high school, I said, I don't want to have those feelings anymore. I don't want, those experiences. And because my mom was one of the founding members of the NAACP in my hometown, she attended Morris Brown College. I have 5 siblings. Most of us all attended HBCUs.
Yes.
And so my sister next to me, right above me, was leaving Tuskegee as I was coming. And, just the experience that I had there, it propelled me to, just from my mom and all of her give back to going to a HBCU, it just propelled me to, just want to be able to do more for the communities. So, it played a big part, a huge part in what I do today.
I love that, because when I went off to college, I originally was supposed to go to North Carolina State on a engineer. I'm a chemical engineer by education. And there was a group called Rock Me that was recruiting young engineers, and they took us to A&T. It was the first time, because I came from a small town in North Carolina, that I went and saw so many beautiful people that looked just like me everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it really changed my perspective on what the world could be.
Exactly.
Because I was like, hey, you know, in most of my classes, I was the only one that looked like me that was in a higher level class. But here you got, you know, every... Isn't it? And so it does. It prepares you to go into the world thinking, you know, we can do anything.
Right.
And so your home buying, I love that you're having these because so many people don't know. And they don't know that they don't know. And so what are some of the biggest challenges, or I would say misconceptions, that your first-time home buyers come into your seminars with?
Well, I can't buy because I have a lot of student loans. Or I filed a bankruptcy and I can't buy. I'm on a fixed income and I can't buy. Just you name it. I mean, I have even had people in my classes, you know, outside of just the myths that they've heard. I've had people in my classes that did not know that they could pay more than the minimum payments on their credit cards.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
That one surprises me.
Yeah.
That surprises me. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could never imagine some of the things that I hear, some of the things that I see. And like I said, one of the biggest things are those student loans. They think, okay, I got $100,000 worth of student loans, and I heard, that's their favorite thing to say to me, is I heard. And I say, well, now you're going to hear the right thing. So, you know, and even in my seminars there, you know, I try to inspire and motivate. So my seminars are a little different than what most people, you know, would deem the norm. I put a twist on it, you know, where people can come and feel relaxed and they feel like they're not in a judgment zone.
Yes. Because
for one, I share my story with them, you know, and I think that helps a lot of people to understand that, okay, yeah, she's been in real estate all this time. She failed, but it had nothing to do with today. You know, and just because you fail doesn't mean that that's the end of the world. Absolutely. You know, so once they leave, I mean, they are inspired. And I have people that come back to my seminars time after time. and I've had people to say, you know, I come because you inspire me. Your classes are so inspirational. So, and it just gives them the get up and go.
Yes.
And it keeps them going. So, you know, like I said, I get it all.
Wow. And that last one did surprise me. And so it sounds like that is, like you said, it's bigger than about real estate.
Yeah.
Almost definitely. Financial counseling or information or coaching, a little bit of everything that happens in that space.
It's a little bit of everything. And what I do is I take them from the beginning to the end. I hold their hand from, let's look at your credit, to what do I need to get my credit together. We give them a detailed plan, and I'm with them the entire way.
That makes a difference because I know from talking to people that come through this space, because we meet a lot of people here, Christine, that some people are just, number one, afraid of what they don't know.
Exactly.
And so they're I'd rather just sit here and pretend I know than to tell you I don't know and I'm lost and I need some help.
Right.
But then no one can help you if no one knows you're lost.
Right.
And so it helps to be someplace where you feel like you can be vulnerable.
Right.
And like you said, a no judgment zone, so that I can find out what I need to know, so I can get where.
Oh yeah.
I need to be.
Once we break that ice, I mean, the hands start flying up with all these questions. I can't even get through the seminar. they're comfortable, you know, and they're like, well, what about this and what about this and this is my issue and this is my issue. So I mean, it's amazing, and it started out with just, okay, let me help as many people as I can, but now it's more of a ministry for me.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because anytime you're in a position to help people get from where they are to a desired space, to something they dream about, then that is God gifting you, God anointing you to help them on that journey.
Right.
And I'm sure you've changed their lives
Oh,
forever.
yeah.
And to go from, I'm not going to buy a house, to I bought a house.
Yes,
You know?
and I've seen so many, generational curses broken. I've had clients, most of my clients, they start out as clients, but they end up family, and it's just amazing. It's an amazing feeling, to see that 26-year-old, 28-year-old single mother that's been in income-based housing for the last 10 years that thought that they couldn't buy.
Yes.
To then say, hey, I'm now a homeowner.
Let's talk about that. You talked about breaking generational curses. A lot of that is mindset, because maybe no one in their family has ever owned. What is that like when you have someone who comes in and maybe they've been in a family where they don't know anybody who has ever owned anything, and for you to tell them that they can?
I get it all the time, and hence the name of my company is Paradigm Realty. It's about a mind. It's about your mindset. Because if you think you can do it, you can. But if you think you can't, you can't. So one of the things that I do in my seminars, I do tell my story, but I talk about mindset from the very beginning. Because you gotta get that mind right. And when they can see testimonies in my seminars, when they can see other people that thought they couldn't do it, but now it's done, it changes the mindset. And I know that I just have to just hold on to them, and just one thing about it is the trust. They put their trust in me, and I can't let them down. So once I have that trust, I got them. I got the mind too, and able to get to the table. I've had people. One of my clients was referred to me, and we talked on the phone one day. She's a school teacher, and I love my educators, but she was looking to rent, and someone that had come to my seminar referred me to her. And she called me up, and she was saying she wanted to rent, and I was telling her, let's look at purchasing. After I asked her a couple of questions, and I realized she didn't know that she was already in a position where she could buy.
Wow.
We talked on the phone for about an hour and a half. She cried. We cried together. Never laid eyes on her. The next day, I got her pre-qualified, and I sent her downtown to get $17,500 worth of down payment assistance that they were giving for educators.
All right. So
30 days later, she closed on a new construction.
Wow. So you mentioned, so there is down payment assistance for different, I guess, categories. What are some of those categories?
Educators, first responders, our nurses. Those are, and then there is down payment assistance for just your regular, people. It's just a matter of if you qualify. But I take them through all of that. I'm always looking for different assistance programs that they can use, just again, if they qualify. And that's one of the myths too, that people feel like if they're a first-time home buyer that they automatically qualify for down payment assistance, and that is not the truth. They have to qualify for it.
So seminars, do you have any seminars on the calendar right
yes,
now?
I just had one on last night. It was a packed house, and I have another one coming up on this coming Sunday on the 13th.
I know some of y'all want this information, so where can they go so they can get the information on how they can attend your seminar?
They can go to my Facebook page, my Facebook business page, Eventbrite. It is out on Eventbrite. It's Solution Sunday with Shauna. because I have all the home buying solutions. So they could go to Eventbrite because they will need to go there to register.
Awesome. Do you have any questions, Christy? I look on your face like it's like right on the. Okay, you're gonna wait. You're gonna corner her when you get her off by yourself.
Okay.
You know, what are some of the visions you have for your business moving forward?
I have one vision I have is to go back and revitalize my hometown, which that is already in the works. Hopefully, by the grace of God, we will start in February with that revitalization. I have partnered with the city to just come back in and help the community that I grew up in. It's changed a whole lot, and when I go there, you know, back and forth, I'm like, oh my! I used to be like, oh my God, like my town needs some help.
Yes.
And so with that, the partnerships that I've developed, I'm in a position now where I can go back and do that. I will be revitalizing as far as you know, creating affordable housing for people right there in the community, workforce development, job readiness, and all that is coming down the pipe. And then in addition to that, just here in, you know, in the Atlanta area and, you know, all over the nation, I'm looking to, you know, get in the churches and do these seminars in the churches and in the schools, because, you know, even in our churches, I mean, what's being preached and taught?
It's according to where you are. I actually attend a body of believers where our pastor is always challenging us to do all kinds of things.
But what, and they do.
Yes.
But how do you get there?
Yes.
Yeah. Because
that's what I'm saying.
you know, people are putting it out. You're putting it out there, but then what?
Yeah, and I agree with you from talking to other people. But yes, we have all types of seminars. In fact, we actually have a real estate agent in our church that does a home buy. And I went to his. This is how, you know, a little bit, but not everybody does.
No.
Before I attended this particular church, I hadn't been exposed to some of the workshops and everything that our pastor brings that I'm so thankful for. And so, yes, if you're listening and you want to bring her in to talk to your congregation, to your women's group, whatever it is, what's the best way for them to reach you?
They can reach me by email, they can just call me, call my assistant. I can give my phone number. It is 470-246-8670. 470-246-8670.
That's what's up. Well, I thank you so much for being here. If you can, we want you to hang around to the end. I know we started late because we normally bring all the guests back to close out the show together. Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, Miss Pamela Wright, all the way from Abbeville, South Carolina, is in the building. You're right back with Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine Show. Live on the air at Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. And I'm so excited. It's not often that we have someone, well, Greenwood is not my hometown, but I lived there for 17 years. So it feels like bringing family into the building. Welcome to the show, Pamela Wright. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Regina, for having me.
from Abbeville.
Yes.
No, hold on. How they say it? On
Avel.
Abbeville, South Carolina. Well, I like to mention how I met someone, and I still don't quite remember. I think it may have been at a conference or a women's event
We met
or
at a
something.
poetry jam in Abbeville.
Poetry jam in Abbeville.
Yeah, you remember they had one uptown in Uptown Abbeville, and I think you were the host of the jam.
Wow, in that bricks.
Right.
Man, but see, when I think of you, I think women's conferences and things like that. I guess because I'm always seeing you on somebody's conference or whatever. You're right. I did that. Oh my goodness, that was a poetry slam.
Yeah.
Antonio, Johnny C. Weaver, right out of Greenville, South, in the Spartanburg, came and hosted that event.
Sure did.
It's been a long time,
Yeah.
man. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
I have so much love still for Greenwood and Abbeville.
And they love you too.
They
love you too. They sent their love. They made sure I wanted to let Regina know hello. We love her. We miss her.
Well, you mentioned when you came in, a former student of mine. For those who
Yes.
don't know, when I lived in South Carolina, I taught at Piedmont Technical College. I was a
Yes.
math teacher there, and I miss those days. I tell people, whatever was going on in my life, when I walked into the classroom,
It was
it
all
was
over.
on.
That's
It was some of the best moments that I've ever had. So I thank you for bringing the South Carolina love here today. Well, you're here today to talk about some new things that are developing in that area, which I'm excited about because I can say this before we start talking about what you're doing. For people who, if you're not familiar with the Abbeville, Greenwood area, it's an area where a lot of people are looking for hope.
Yeah.
They're looking for something. Because of a lot of the plant closures and a lot of things that have happened there, people are looking for ways to advance economically.
Yes.
And so anytime I hear that someone's doing something positive in that area, I'm excited because I know there are people there that are hungry for it. So do this for us. Tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, again, thank you for being here. My name is Pamela Wright. I am originally from Abbeville, South Carolina. That's my hometown, born and raised. And I was just like a lot of them that are there, was in a small town, didn't have a lot of hope. You had a lot of ambition, things that you wanted to do, just didn't know how to get there. And I went to college. I attended also Piedmont Tech. And at Piedmont Tech is where the light of that I could become more, that I could do more. And I never saw myself as an administrator, but when I was at Piedmont Tech, I enrolled in their Office System Technology program. And Jo Grooms, who was the dean of the, she was one of the teachers as well as the dean of the program, and she just sparked in me that there is nothing that you cannot do. You can do, you can be an administrator, you can go as high as you want to go, and she always set that expectation that you can grow and be. But I never felt that in my community. I never felt that around the people that were there. So you kind of lose a little hope or whatever, but I still strive to do and to be better the best way I can. I ended up working at the college, worked at the college until I think 2007. From 90-ish till 2007.
I was working there then.
And from there, I got an opportunity to move to Atlanta, and I was exposed again to a whole nother world. And just like our previous guest, in 2007 there was an economy dip, and so a lot of people. I was working for this large company in Atlanta, and the economy dipped, and there was a lot of downsizing. So in that, I was like, oh God, I come over here, what am I going to do? And in researching, just trying to find a new job, I came across an article that talked about being a virtual assistant. Never thought of that being something that I could do. Never even heard the terminology. And to make a long story short, I eventually became a virtual assistant and was open to a whole nother world. And in being that virtual assistant, I found out that, wow, this was an opportunity that I can go anywhere in the world and do this job, and I can supplement my income. I can work full-time and still be a virtual assistant. There were so many options and so many things that I could do that I did. It was a whole new world opened up to me. Now, as time progressed and I had to move back to Abbeville. When I moved back to Abbeville, it was like there was still so many opportunities that are available. There are a lot of people that I knew there had never even heard. of the terminology. And I spent a lot of time trying to explain what being a virtual assistant or working virtually was all about. And it spearheaded into me relaunching Right Touch. Right Touch is my marketing and design company. I help clients set their platforms online, creating websites, doing everything from graphic art to marketing plans, so strategizing solutions. Did a lot of things just helping them get their platforms up. And I do a lot of work with ministers in the marketplace as well as entrepreneurs. So that's where my passion has always been, working with them, growing them, and just like the previous guest, it's now become like a ministry, because now my heart is to see them grow their business, expand their business, and whatever they need to get there, finding those tools to make it happen for them. So we're excited about doing that, and we've been given this wonderful opportunity to create a community for entrepreneurs and ministers in the marketplace called the Business Empowerment Network.
Absolutely. Now, before we get into the Business Empowerment Network, returning to Abbeville,
Yes.
and beginning to operate under your Right Touch Marketing and Design again. Just like I asked Ms. Middleton, the mindsets of the
Yes.
people. Was that one of the biggest challenges you
Yes.
had to face?
The mindset was very much so the biggest challenge to face, but I understood and continue to understand it is that it can be changed, but you have to educate.
Yes.
Education is going to be the key to helping change your mindsets. And then there's some people whose mindsets won't change until they see something. And so we're going to bring what they need to see to Greenwood and Abbeville area. Now, I will say that it has grown a lot. They have had some virtual jobs that have come more available in the area, so people are beginning to know that that's an option. They're just still not sure how to get in it.
Yeah.
How do I start my own business, and how do I set my platforms? Can I really do that and work full time and
Yeah.
that kind of thing? So the mindsets are changing. They're changing.
Well, people like you are definitely needed in that area, because that was one of the big, and I guess this is a running thing here, mindset. One of the biggest things that I saw when I lived there, and some of the things I was doing, people were, looking at you like you're crazy.
Right.
Because most of the people I knew that came to Greenwood was a great place to go and work a job, raise your kids, and retire.
Right.
And so when you have people like you who come in here talking about these different things, these big ideas, for a lot of people, that's hard
Right.
to wrap their minds around, because they hadn't seen it before.
Right.
It's unfamiliar. So I'm sure for you, especially like Ms. Milton said, to go back to your hometown and bring enlightenment and see people's lights come on. What does that feel like?
It's amazing, and what's also amazing is that God is bringing other people with the same mindset, and it's like we're building that community of people, and it's just amazing. People are beginning now to be in leadership positions, and with those, have been exposed to a lot more things, and now they're in leadership positions, and they're encouraging people to do things differently and learn other ways of doing it. So it's so exciting to see what God is doing in that area.
The newest project, as you mentioned before, is the Business Empowerment Networking Group.
Yes.
Tell us about the BEN Group.
The BEN Group, which is I'm so excited. I'm the executive director of the BEN Group, and we started this community of entrepreneurs and ministers in the marketplace as a hub for them to come as a place of support, a place where they can feel, educated. If they feel like, whatever foes that they may be dealing with in their business, it's a safe place for them to kind of let their hair down and share and find out solutions for one another. It's a support group. It's not so much of trying to make money out of it. It's just being there for one another. One of the mentalities of that area was that most entrepreneurs don't want to see each other succeed. Well, what the BEN Group is working on doing and making as a staple is that we are here to support each other. I want to see you grow. I'm going to grow. We're going to be the best at what we do. There's so much work out here. There's so many clients to meet, and we can do this together if we just work together. But it's a mindset. But the BEN Group is going to be that hub in the city, in our community, where we can see entrepreneurs come together. And it's a blessing to not just see, a lot of times you see entrepreneurs on one side and you see ministers on the other side. Well, we're merging them together. So we have ministers in the marketplace that are maybe coaches, or like my sister who may be in the ministry or whatever, and they're doing their business. And you may have the plumber, you may have somebody else who was not in that area, but they're coming together and they're able to work together. And I'm so excited about the big group.
I love it. What are some of, I guess, the commonalities you're seeing between these entrepreneurs, whether they're ministers or traditional marketplace?
The common thing is that they're tired. They're tired. They feel burnt out. They are constantly giving to their clients. They're constantly having to deal with issues and pressures, and they don't have an outlet. They don't have anywhere that people really understand where they're coming from. So being an entrepreneur, being a part of the Ben Group, they have that platform. They can let their hair down. It's a safe community. We're not taking what they talk about in that room out. And one of the things that I shared, we had our first breakfast gathering in May, I believe it was, or June last year. And when we had the gathering, that was one of the things I told them is that as entrepreneurs, you're always giving out, but you're never getting poured back into. So we're taking time to give them to pour back into. We're planning virtual events. We're planning live events where they can come, just let the hair down, enjoy themselves. If it's just eating or playing a game or doing something together, just to let the hair down. And then if it's maybe somebody that they can network with, they may have a resource that they need. You never know. So I'm really excited about what's happening.
I love that. I do. Because like I said, I said I may be here, but a big part of my heart is still in that area. So when you're having these events, when you're bringing these entrepreneurs together, are there specific professionals that you're bringing in to talk to them about different subjects, mental health, in any of those things?
Well, we haven't had any of them come in yet. We're in our infant stage of of building the group, and we're really just trying to get together. We're trying to pull people, getting people into the idea of, it is safe. Trust me, I don't want anything. It's safe to come in. We're in that infant stage where it's okay. It's, kind of coasting them. It's okay. It's really okay. Come on in and sit down. It's fine. Yeah, we're in that stage. Getting people just to come in and get used to the idea of having a support group for entrepreneurs.
Well, there's someone I want to connect you with. She teaches psychology at Piedmont Tech. I don't know if you know her, Meredith Brown.
Yes.
She does that she does this stress relieving workshop that would be great, because she did it at the Women's Leadership Council, and I went, and it was phenomenal, because I had to speak, but I ran to her event first so I could get calmed down to go and speak for my workshop.
Awesome.
She'd be someone amazing to bring in and help those entrepreneurs with things that they can do on a regular basis.
Awesome.
To manage that stress.
Yes.
And release.
Okay. I will definitely reach out to her.
So moving forward, what are some of the other, what are some of your visions or plans for the Ben Group?
Well, we're having our first empowerment conference.
Yes.
And it's in March. And that's really going to help the exposure of the group and what we're doing and what we're about. But it's going to also have a time for them to get poured into. So we're going to have 2 days in March, the 15th and the 16th, where they can come, get empowered, get strengthened, get trained. They'll be able to network with other entrepreneurs. They'll be able to also meet with large business companies that are going to come and be sponsors there. So we're really excited about that, having them to come. So I'm looking forward to the conference itself. We have Ron Tolliver from Mississippi.
Yeah,
he's going to be there. He's going to be ministering to the ministers in the marketplace. We have Kim Jones right here from Atlanta, who's going to be coming in. She's a living on purpose is her business, and she is all about winning, discovering who you are, launching who you are. She is an awesome woman of God. We have Dwight and Deborah Singleton from Charleston. They are going to be teaching about Dominion Code. One of the things about the conference is that they having dominion in the marketplace. A lot of times we think when we're in a certain area that we can't take dominion of that area, but we can take dominion. We can take the authority wherever we are, and we can grow our businesses, and we can expand, and we don't have to be dominant. We don't have to be prideful. We don't have to tear down anybody. We can just be the best of who we are. And they're going to come and do a seminar about being the Dominion Code. And we also have Deborah Toulay from Rock Hill, South Carolina. She's going to come, and she's going to be talking to the young entrepreneurs, the new ones who not real sure who they are yet, what they want to do, how they're going to, and help them discover their niche. So I'm excited.
So where is this event going to be
It's
held?
going to be taken on our campus of Piedmont Technical College in Greenwood at the James C. Smith Self Conference Center.
Yes.
So I'm so excited about that. That's where I got started, and it's just ironic that I'm able to go back and launch this as well.
You can return Greenwood upside
I
down.
hope so. I hope so.
I'm serious. You can return Greenwood
I hope
upside
so.
down. I am so excited about this
I am
because
too.
I know there aren't a lot of really positive, content-driven events that come through there. All kinds of other stuff that come through there. So I'm excited that you have taken the mantle.
Thank you.
And you decide to do what you can to be a blessing to Greenwood. So how can someone get into this conference? Where do they register?
You can go to our website, thebengroup.com, and all the information about the conference, how to get registered. We are looking for vendors. If you're wanting to become a vendor, one thing about our vendors that are coming, they're going to be exclusive. So if you are a vendor who is selling books about marketing, there will be nobody else there that's selling that book but you. Okay. So you'll have an opportunity to take over the market there.
Yes.
So we have exclusive vendorship that's going to be there. We're going to also have where you can come and register. Registration for general admissions is only $47. They can't beat that. For the 2 days, they're going to have 2 days of Friday.
That's for 2 days?
2 days.
Yes.
2 days, and we're going to kick off the end of it with there's another ticket for the luncheon, but we're going to have an award luncheon where we're going to be awarding one of our Bing Group members as a Shaker and Mover of the Year, encouraging them to keep going, and I'm excited. We're going to be pouring back into the city. We're going to be recognizing our local Chamber of Commerce, appreciating them, thanking them for all the years of work they've done with other entrepreneurs in the city. So we're excited. We're really excited.
Anjali, I still do a good bit of work. I have 2 businesses that are still registered in South Carolina, so I'm still a part of the Greenwood Chamber.
Well, come.
Yes.
We would love to have we would love to have your audience, you and the audience, to come and be with us. But just go to thebengroup.com and register there. If you have any information, any questions, you can always reach out to me by going to Pamela@righttouchva.com, and I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
having me. You can hang around, of course, to the end.
Yes.
I know you didn't drive this far to run out.
No.
I know.
No.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be live here with Erica Diaz. I can't wait for you guys to meet her here on the Regina Sunshine Show at Regina Sunshine Global Network. Regina Sunshine, and we are continuing what has turned out to truly be a Black female excellence show here on the Regina Sunshine Show, and I'm excited to have someone that I have been trying to get on my show since I met her live in studio with me. She's definitely a mover and a shaker in Atlanta. If you don't know her name, I'm shocked because she is everywhere. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
I remember meeting you. I always mention how I met someone.
Yeah.
You came with a client
Right.
to Instinct Radio.
Right.
And at that time, I didn't know who you were.
Yeah.
But I immediately started following you. And I was like, wait a minute. How did I not know her? And so I've been following you ever since, and I have to say that personally for me, your journey is so inspiring.
Oh,
And to
thank
see you
you.
out here, as she said, taking dominion, taking
Thank
authority, and walking in God's purpose for you is
you.
blessing me as I
Thank
watch
you.
So
Thank you so much.
for being here. So do this, since I can't read that.
Okay.
Tell our audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So, my name is Erica Diaz. I am from Richmond, California, but I've been living in Atlanta for now, it's probably been like 7 years. I own a PR firm where we do publicity and marketing for fashion and beauty brands, athletes, the hospitality sector, um, and lifestyle and entrepreneurs.
And you are everywhere.
I
Say everywhere.
Kinda.
Everywhere.
Not
You know, at the end of the year, I saw your pictures for the mayor's ball, looking amazing, like you always look amazing.
You.
But I made a note that day, and you were the influencer. I said, okay, next year I'm going to be invited to the mayor's ball. I don't know how.
Yes.
I'm going to be invited
Yes.
because Erica went to the mayor's ball.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, so I'm going to get my name
Definitely. Yes.
on that list. But
Yeah.
you've done a number of things, from what you're doing in terms of PR. You're an author.
Yeah.
Erica's Table
of 20.
Table of 20.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the beginning. How did you get into this area of work?
So honestly, at a young age, like 14 years old, I've always known that I wanted to be in the fashion and beauty industry. I was a big, well, not I, but my mother and my grandmother, like, always instilled in me to speak positivity over yourself and to, create a vision board. And what you see is what you believe. And so at a young age, I would put women and positive affirmations on my vision board of, people that I wanted to work with, things that I wanted to do. And at a young age, I called this woman by the name of June Ambrose. She is currently Jay-Z's wardrobe stylist and Missy Elliott's, and I called her when I was 14 and I told her that I aspire to be just like you. I said, if you give me a telephone internship, I said, I will come and work for you for free when I graduate high school, wherever you are in the world. And she was like, you're 14? I said, yes, and I'm on my lunch break, so we got to make this quick. Like, I'm, sneaking on the phone. We didn't have Instagram, Twitter, all that. I think it was MySpace back then. And I was sneaking on somebody's flip phone. I had my little pager and, but moving forward, I interned with her. I interned with BET. I interned with Vibe Magazine. And I really just applied myself and put myself out there and didn't take no for an answer. I was a big person in just faith in it until I make it, like I'm not a fake it until you make it. I'm a faith it until I make it. My faith has really gotten me where I'm at. And as I started growing my brand in the industry of fashion and beauty, I started styling commercials for Comcast, Haagen-Dazs, Macy's, different things like that, and continued to build my brand in that realm. And then one day I was working on a television show, and I remember it just wasn't aligned with my spirit. You know how sometimes you can be a part of things that just aren't aligned with your spirit.
Yes.
Every look isn't a good look for your business, for your brand. And I know my worth. It doesn't matter about like how much I'm getting paid. If it doesn't sit well with me, I won't do it. Right. And so I was working on this show, and I was like, this is not, I don't feel like what God really has in store for me. And I stayed, for 2 seasons, and when it was time for me to leave, I left. And I remember somebody saying to me, oh, what are you going to do now? And I was like, honestly, you must really don't know whose child of God I am. I was like, I was kind of downplaying, my background and my credentials for you guys, but like God has, amazing things in store for me. And I left that set confident and just kind of like with that mustard seed of faith, like, okay, God, we're just going to continue to transition. And I was consulting on the side, doing public relations, but I never really told anybody because, in Atlanta, sometimes everybody here is kind of like the Jackie of all trades or the jack of all trades, but haven't mastered anything. And so I was like secretly mastering public relations on the low. And my sister was really killing it. My sister, Ashley Jernigan, who's my business partner. And I called her one day and I was like, okay, so I left the TV show can we start our own PR firm? And she was very receptive and very helpful. And my sister is more of the cross your T's, dot your I's. I'm more of the step out on faith with $500 and move to New York and just figure it out.
Sound like me and my sister. Go ahead.
And so we started our firm, and honestly, within the first, I want to say, 2 years of us building the B Firm PR, we got in Black Enterprise as one of the top 5 PR firms making moves, and God just really kept revealing things to, opening doors for me. And, with hard work, results, and just prayer and sacrifice and really just sweat, blood, and tears, God has continued to allow us to be in rooms that only He could have put me in, Only He could have put me in.
Then we had this conversation. This is, I've been telling everybody, 2019 is the year of divine connections.
Definitely.
Where you're going to be in spaces that it makes no sense to anybody else that you're there but you,
But
because
you.
you know why
Yeah,
God put you
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And, I'm so thankful that you're here because you're one of the people that I follow on social media that is very vocal about your faith.
Yeah.
Not just your business
Yeah.
and success, but that you're not in this by yourself. So that it's a partnership between you and your Father. And this is how it's happening.
Definitely.
And for me, because, I left my job June 30th. I'm 100% in Regina Sunshine Global Network right now.
Yes.
So it's me and him.
Yes.
And I always say, God, if you don't show up, then, it's a wrap.
Right. Right.
So it blesses me to see you being so open and transparent about the things He is doing in your life for you to be able to do the things that you're doing.
Honestly, I can only speak for my own personal experience. I tell people all the time, God is still working on me. I'm not, somebody who can recite every Bible verse and things like that. I still have my shortcomings, but I am very clear in who has opened up doors for me and who has got me to this level, and honestly, like I said, I have my own relationship with God, so I've experienced them for myself, and being at that low and talk to Him, and we had to get through it together. And so, just continuing to build my firm, and then, creating my book, it was really from, me working on that show. And a girl said to me, she said, "You're here now in Atlanta, you got to fake it till you make it." And I said, "No, I'm going to faith it until I make it. My faith is going to get me where I need to be spiritually, mentally, financially, physically." And I put that on my vision board, and I manifest that book. And it's just a book full of inspirational quotes that have just really inspired me along my entrepreneurial journey.
You have it with you?
Yeah, it's a copy. It's in Barnes and Nobles and all the, different major platforms. But yeah, I'm just so thankful, for this blessing. And I was so used to getting my clients book deals. I remember the other woman who was speaking here, she said how, sometimes entrepreneurs, we put ourselves on the back burner. And so this is the year for, like you said, with divine connection, but also getting a return on my own investment. I'm my client first. Like, I am a priority, and being okay with saying, "Oh, Erica, it's okay for you to do this interview. It's okay for you to write a book. It's okay, for you to evolve, because God didn't give me these talents to just, waste away or to kind of put in the back burner to continue to pour into other people without pouring into myself first."
Absolutely. I heard you mention earlier affirmations.
Yeah.
And I'm so big on affirmations. How has that particular part of your faith, your speaking it, made a difference in your life?
Oh gosh. I mean, in the morning I say to myself, like, you gonna choose faith or you gonna choose fear? So just in the morning, that's just my, routine. I'm just constantly reminding myself to speak positivity over yourself. You set the tone for how your day is gonna go, and affirmations are just, it's my way of life. It's just, I'm just constantly, trying to read them. I love those type of books. I love getting the journals, the calendars, anything that has positive affirmations in them. I'm like buying it instantly. So
you mentioned Erica's Table of 20.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
So, I was that girl who, came to Atlanta, didn't know anybody, and I would get invited to these events, and I would go to these events, and there was no real call to action, you know, and then the energy just wasn't what I was used to. And you know how sometimes it's like you put yourself in these rooms that you, you feel like the people aren't as welcoming, or it's, you know, you trying to squeeze in and it's like, it's no seat for you, or, you know. And I was like, you know what, God, I need to create something that's my own. And I don't have to squeeze, try to fit in nobody's but my own. And I only can tolerate 20 people at once. So, you know, just the flow of the Erica's table of 20 just kind of flowed. So that's what I stuck with. And it was just on my mind. I said, okay, God, how am I going to diversify it up to where people see, you know, me doing something different? You know, people were doing these conferences and these this, that, and the third. And okay, do your thing. However, like, again, me, I am old school in a sense of, like, my grandmother used to have Sunday dinners before she passed. We would get dressed up. She would pull out the china. You know, we would have good food, drinks, and we would have a really good time. And so I wanted to bring that home feel to my Erica's Table of 20. I wanted to have real conversations again where you're looking at people in the eye and, you know, we're pouring into each other. We're eating good. We're having, you know, good drinks, and you know, everybody's looking nice and stuff like that. And you don't have to worry about squeezing in because that seat has your name on it already, you know? And so I created the Erica's Table of 20, and it's just been like a labor of love for me. You know, it's taken off to where people sometimes will call me Table of 20 before they even call me my name. And so that's kind of interesting. Or they'll be like, oh, that Erica's Table of 20, I heard of that. And I'm like, okay. Or they'll know it before even the B firm sometimes. And so we've now gone to LA, San Francisco, Dallas, New York, Houston, of course, Atlanta. And, you know, I'm from the Bay Area, so I've done it there too a couple of times. But it's just been now like a labor of love. It's not about like an Instagram thing or anything like that. It's more so, like I just said, real conversations with real women, real men. We're breaking bread. We're having a good time. We might laugh. We might cry. You know, talk about anything that how you got to where you really are. You know, I think sometimes because Instagram has been so heightened in social media, we forget that people are human, dealing with a lot of different things. You know, now more than ever, it seems like people are dealing with, you know, depression and mental health and just everything. And it's like, it helps when you have somebody that you can just look at and be like, you really going through that too? Yes. You know, you human, you know, how are you dealing with it, or whatever it is, no matter how big you think they are, it's like we're still human. Absolutely. You know? And so that's the purpose really of my Erica's Table of 20, to just kind of be there to support. And some of the people that you don't even expect are going through something, or maybe they might not necessarily even be going through something, but you get to hear these women and these men's story. You know, I've honored everybody from the First Lady of Atlanta to the oh God, like the CEO of Girl Scouts, the deputy editor for Black Enterprise, just some phenomenal men and women, and just not even people who people would know, you know, because I'm really big on energy. You know, if the vibe is off, we off. Yeah. I'm not faking it. Like, my facial expressions won't even allow me to. But, you know, that's what it's really about. And so now we're going on our 30th one, February the 10th.
30th one. That is all. I love the human connection part of that, because that's what so many people are missing. In fact, I was talking to Christine. That's why I kind of looked over at her last night about 2019 being about not being in the same spaces just because. Anymore. Yeah. Because you go to so many, and I've said this in events in Atlanta, you're going to see the same people, and it's the same thing, and it's nothing really there's no call to action. So two things: I want to connect on a real level. Yeah, definitely. Now I want us to go and do something real for the community. That's what 2019 looks like for me. When you look at this year, what are some of the things you're believing for?
Honestly, just continued growth. I have lived in a hotel before. I've lived in a one bedroom before. I've had a roommate before, and to now just like, I just built a house. And so to go through that process, like, I'm looking to just honestly continue to build that. Well, it's already built, but just continue to elevate that and buy more property. And just work smarter, not harder. My
Yes.
family is really important to me, so just being able to work smarter, not harder, so I can spend more time with my sister and my niece and my brother-in-law and my mom and dad and stuff like that. And that's really what it's about for me, just continuing to work smarter, not harder. I have a second book coming out in February. Yeah, so.
You got a title? Yeah.
Well, actually, it's Faith It Until You Make It Volume 2.
Okay.
Because, it's just playing on words again. But yeah, that and just continuing to travel with my Erica's Table of 20 and continuing to connect with women like you and other people and just really just growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally.
Wow. Before the show, I think one of the things I was mentioning, even to Pamela, is that I think a lot of businesses or people right now that are building brands are missing is that marketing piece, having that something beyond Facebook to get the word out about who you are. What do you have any suggestions for those that are listening?
I would say put on events. Be intentional, be intentional. I'm not waiting on anybody to send me an invite. I'm creating my own.
Yes.
So be intentional about that. Like when clients meet with me, I'm like, so what's your 6-month calendar so I can see how, then I'll add to it. Like be proactive in that. Even with your show, invite people that you want to work with. At the end of the day, it's about building strategic adult relationships.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Like you're not in this position to just still be in this position. You want to elevate and grow. So be intentional with that. Be genuine. Put on events. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals. I also will take people out to dinner who I want to do business with. Like I'm bringing something to the table. I'm not coming saying, how can I pick your brain and don't have nothing to bring, no added value.
Yes.
You want a consultation or you want a conversation. In a conversation, we don't need to be talking about no business. We need to be like, hey girl, Kiki. Consultation is $100 for up to 45 minutes. So,
yes.
Just be clear on what it is. And I tell people, like, 2019, you shouldn't be trying to, sugarcoat anything. Like, we grown.
Yes.
So I just want people to be more, like, confident in that.
Okay,
like,
I'm taking it out. I'm taking notes. I was going over my 2019 and shit. I was okay. Yeah, I did that. So I didn't work. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's what we talked about. One of the things, and we're gonna keep it real.
Okay.
In
Yes.
Atlanta,
Yes.
people get in a certain group of people into a certain space, and they just ride that circle around and around.
Right.
Did I just tell you last night? I said I want to be in rooms where I'm the least successful person there, where I'm the person that knows the least, so I can walk in and I can learn something. You don't have to know my name.
Right.
You don't have to know who I am,
Right.
what I do. I just want to be in the room, because if I'm in the room, the favor of God that's on my life will draw you to me. And we're going to have a conversation.
True.
So that's what I'm thinking about 2019. So that's
And
what
you
I
have
see
that
when I
power
see
of
you as
discernment,
well.
too. I could tell you have that power of discernment. So even if you're in the room, if it's not aligned with your spirit, then
It's time to
every
go.
conversation is
What
not
did I
to be
tell you? I
had.
just said that. I told her, I said, we're in a room and an event. I said, if you see me pack up and get my stuff and leave, I won't supposed to
bye.
be there. I'm gone. I just told
Yes.
her this
Like,
last
hey, bye.
night. So if someone's listening and they want to get in contact with you and they want to work with you, they want to get that consultation, not conversation, how do they reach out to you?
They can reach out at info@thebfirmpr.com or erica@thebfirmpr.com, or you can follow us on social media at The Be Firm PR and Facebook, The Be Firm PR.
I think we need to get us a consultation, not a conversation. I need a consultation. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay,
We'll bring
okay.
the other ladies
Yes,
back. We'll
yes,
close out
yes,
the show.
yes.
You're live with Regina Sunshine here on the Regina Sunshine Show. Where? At Regina Sunshine Global Network.
Yes.
guys, you're back live on the air at Regina Sunshine here at Regina Sunshine Global Networks. And I have all the amazing women that were here live with us today. And as you know, I like to end the show bringing my guests back, giving them an opportunity to give one final word of encouragement to those that are listening. Now, the thing that we have in common here is I have a table, I'm surrounded by female entrepreneurs. And so, you know, it's the start of the year. We have so many people that are looking for that thing, you know, that's going to make my life different this year. How can I change? And for a lot of women, you know, they're thinking about, well, I might want to start a business, you know, but I don't know where to even begin. So my question to the three of you is for the either women looking to start a business or those new female entrepreneurs. What is one tip, something that helped you or has helped you on your journey that you can share with them? Ms. Middleton?
Okay. One of my favorite mantras is trust the process. You hear that a lot, but it's kind of cliche-ish. But for me, it's about just what it says, trust the process. And I back it up with John 13:7. You know, because you don't know why you're going through the things that you're going through, because we can't see the future. All we know is the visions that we have. So if you trust the process, you're going to be all right in the end. You're going to be all right. You just got to trust. And just like my boss lady said here, you know, it's just about jumping out there and doing it. You just have to trust and have faith that all will be well. And it will.
I love that. I always tell people God is where he told you to be.
Yes.
You don't even have, just go. If he told you to go, just go. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to look like what you thought it was going to look like, but just trust that if he told you to go, he's already there and he's making provision for you. So trust the process. I love it. Pamela.
I share this in a seminar that I do with them about how to overcome fear. It's called Me kind of seminar, and it says in there, you can't win the game until you're in the game.
Yes.
You got to be in the game to win the game.
That's right.
And you're going to have to be able to get around the people to help you get in the game. And once you get in the game, be serious about the game.
Yes.
So it's important to get around like-minded people. If you don't know how to do something, don't let fear keep you in that place where you're not doing it year after year. You go through new year after new year and go through all these resolutions, and I'm going to do it this year. No, you're not going to do it until you get up and do it. You're going to have to get in the game if you're going to win the game.
I love that. Did y'all? You can put that in the comments. That hashtag.
That's
Good
right.
stuff. All right, Erica.
So mine would be delegate to elevate, almost kind of piggybacking off what you said. My sister gave me a quote in the book, but yeah, it's delegate to elevate. You put people in position to help you win. If you don't know how to do PR, you get somebody who does know how to do PR. You're not a host, you delegate. You get somebody who is a host, and you master what it is that you're really good at. But again, delegate to elevate. Put people in position to help you win. And a quote of mine is like, you know, if prayer becomes a habit, success becomes a lifestyle. And really lead with that and sit in your own stuff, you know, like and just focus on the focus and start by starting, just like everybody else who said.
That's some good stuff. I was like, I should have been taking notes the whole time, but as y'all talking, I'm like, okay, I did that. You know, I'm still making mental takes. Well, I thank y'all so much. This has been a great first of the year, very first of the year show. Tell our audience one more time how they can reach you, follow you on social media.
Okay. LaShawna Smith Middleton on Facebook, Paradigm Realty on Facebook. My phone number is 470-246-8670, or you can email me at Shauna@ParadigmREGroup.com. That's Shauna@ParadigmREGroup.com.
Awesome. Thank you, Pamela.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter on Right Touch VA. And you also, for the Bing Group, you can find me officially, the Bing Group, where you can contact them. Also, I wanted to mention that at the conference, one of the things that we're going to have that's really important is the wealth empowerment part of it.
Yes.
We're going to have South State Bank is coming and doing a wealth empowerment, and they're going to teach entrepreneurs how their business plan can make their loan go through or not make their loan go through. And
That's
they're going to
what's
share.
up.
The conference is March 15th through the 16th, and they're going to take a whole hour and a half to show you how you should set up your business plan. The bankers basically say that you can have everything in line, but if your business plan is not clad tight, you will not get the loan.
That's worth the whole conference right there. That part.
And so I'm excited about it. Guys, go to thebingroup.com, get your tickets, and register today.
Awesome. Erica. Awesome. Well, I thank y'all again for being here. I know you guys were blessed, but we were blessed here in the studio. And I leave you with the words I always leave you with. Remember this: God loves you just the way you are. You are beautiful because you were created in love. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You have the seeds of greatness within you. You were born to live a victorious life. You are brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous. You are worthy of the best things in life. Make sure you guys tune in for the rest of the day here at Regina Sunshine Global Network, 7 to 8. Team Bride Tribe. We've got Miss Sharmika Brooks from right here in Atlanta, who is our bride for the night, bringing her tribe with her. You guys tune in from 7 to 8. Or if you want free supper, I was going to come on out here, eat for free, and hang out and be in the studio audience as well. And then from 9 to 10, we got the Curve, the world from a curvy woman's perspective here on Regina Sunshine Global Network. Again, a shout out to our sponsors, Bold Favor Media Group and Living Through Living Community. And I think that's it. I thank y'all again. To our audience, I leave you with my personal motto. I always say it's not over till I win. If I hadn't won yet, that just means it's not over. So I tell you today, it's not over till you win. If you hadn't won yet, baby, that just means it's not over. Be blessed, keep winning.